Let's see another easy problem today. So the problem doesn't come into this algorithm, but that's just a use of the for loop. So let's see that. So the problem is Pascal's triangle. So Pascal's triangle is just something like if you see the result is a 1 and it's a 1 1, and then if you go to the third row, this 1 1 will be as it is, and this right side 1 is as it is, but this 1 1 will be added here in the middle. And if you see the another row, again the 1 and the 1 same, but you can see from the previous row 1 2 3, and then 2 1 again 3. And in this row also, if you analyze this pattern, again 1 1, then 1 3 4. So you can see here 1 plus 3 is a 4, and then 3 3 6, and then 3 plus 1 4. So in this problem, this is just printing the pattern. It's a pattern kind of problem where there will be two for loops and one for loop for the row. So how many rows are there? So for that we need a one for loop, and from the inner for loop we need to print this thing. So based on this pattern, what we can see here, in each row 1 is in a left and right side. So 1 this left and right side. So that's the one thing we can easily analyze. And then later we can, when we go to the second or third row, we can always just start with this 0 like in this row, and then 0 column, that 0 base index. So 1 1, then we can add 1 1 2. So here if you go again, you can start from here 1 2 3, and then again 2 plus 1 3. So let's see the problem, and we can understand clearly. It's a very easy problem. So I will define a variable here, result, and it's a two-dimensional arrays. So type is int, and first I can put here first row is a 1. So the first row I put 1, and in the second row, or before that, we can check if the row is like if you see in this example, if the number of row is 1, then we just need this result. So if this num rows is 1, then we can return the result. So let's add this condition. If length num rows is equal to 1, then return the result. Okay. And in other scenario, we need one outer for loop for the number of rows. So for let's start with 1, because we already have one row here, so we need other rows. So that's why I'm starting from the 1, because we already prepared row 1 here. Then I less than num rows, I plus plus. Okay, so as we go to next row, then we need data from the previous row. So like if you go to this row, then we need the previous row, so that from the previous row we can add this value and we can put that in a third row. So that's why I need a previous row here. So previous row. So we know in a result there is a one row already. So if I say the result I minus 1, so if I is 1, then the 0 will be the previous result. So start with I1, and if I say the previous row, then if I say that like I1 and say the previous row, then get this one. So that's the previous row we got here. And then now we are going to prepare new row to be added in our result. So new row, and we know that in a new row, uh, in the new row, the left side and the right side, that's a 1. So in a new row I can put 1, and I need another loop inside this to add these values and prepare the new row. But in a new row, we know that we can add the logic to prepare the middle values, like this middle values, but the age are 1. So the first age is 1, so last age is again the same. New row, append new row, and then 1. So 1 1 I just added. To calculate this middle values, we can need another for loop. So for I can start with j into 1 and j less than I and j plus plus. And when I say the j1, then it will be easy. Go to the previous row, and from the previous row we can calculate, or we can calculate these values, add these values 1 1 2. So I can say the new row append new row. In a new row we are going to append the new calculated value. So new calculated value, we can get that from the previous row, and we can add. So previous row, and it's a j minus 1. So j minus 1, that will 0, start with the 0, and then again plus previous row j. So we got the new row, and so we calculated this value, and then we can append this in a result. So let's come here, result, and new row. So that's all. Let's see and run this. Oh, so we need to return also. So return the result, but it was also showing there here. So num rows, that's a int. So now the, like, we don't have to add the length, that is for the array. So the same, I think. Yeah, let's check for syntax error again. It's good. Submit. Nice. Bits 100% of users with Go. Let's see the Java solution. So in the Java solution, I create the result, and then row 1. In row 1 I added 1, and then a result I added that row. If num rows 1, return result. And the outer for loop, and here we are calculating the previous row, and then we are also preparing new row. So we are adding 1 the beginning, and the end also 1, and this for loop is for calculating this middle value, and then at the end return the result. So that's all for today. Thank you.